Amidst the challenges of the pandemic and the difficulties of distance learning, here comes a place, a home as we call it, that embraces and welcomes you the most. Cagasat National High School, the name that isn't just a name, but a head that hones everyone to be his best. A heart that empathizes every soul. A bridge that crosses every river to reach and mend every dreaming spirit. And a friend that leaves no one behind. Everything comes in one place. With 46 faculty members and staff always ready to serve no matter how distant one can be.
Cagasat National High School is a pioneer public secondary school in the municipality of Cordon, a learner-centered public institution who dream of Filipinos to realize their full potential to meaningfully build a nation where integrity, care, and respect are at the core of its mission. We are a multicultural community that enables all individuals to realize their academic and personal capabilities. It has been existing for 50 years since 1970. 50 years of excellence, 50 years of quality education, 50 years of dedicated service, 50 years of committed leadership, 50 years of producing successful alumni, and 50 years of developing lifelong learners who are makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. This institution is passionate about ensuring holistic education para sa bayan, para sa bata, in championing the nation's future. Sa Cagasat, ikaw ay angat.
Join us in this year's Cagasat National High School first virtual moving up ceremony and recognition program on July 16, 2021 at 10 o'clock in the morning via Facebook Live. See you there!
learning isn't always our timing. He may not work things out as we planned, but God has a purpose for all of us. In situations which seem difficult, confusing, or overwhelming, God has a plan for us. Keeping the faith will remind us that there is nothing to fear in this life.
Like all of you, we, your teachers, have been also missing the face-to-face moving up ceremony, but we are not alone. Across the world, COVID-19 pandemic has forced students to do home and online schooling. One thing is for sure, this is just temporary. We'll continue our education and follow our dreams.
Today is an important day for Cagasat National High School as we shall witness an important event in the history of our beloved institution. Our dear parents and their children who have patiently waited. Finally, modules and learning activity sheets are over. Cagasat National High School proudly presents its virtual moving up ceremony for this school year 2020-2021.
With the theme, Kalidad ng Edukasyon, lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya. This most awaited event has never been possible without the support of the equally and highly esteemed individuals from the school's Division of Isabela, led by the very supportive OIC Schools Division Superintendent of Isabela, Ma'am Madeline L. Macalin, Doctor of Philosophy, CESO 6.
The hard-working district in charge, Sir Antonio A. Salguet, Doctor of Philosophy, Principal 2, and the dedicated and epitome of an empowered woman, our school principal, Ma'am Sally J. Florentine, Doctor of Philosophy, Principal 4.
Other distinguished women and men of the entire academic community, colleagues, members of the completers, proud parents, guardians, PTA officials, barangay officials, stakeholders and friends, gentlemen and ladies, a marvelous and cheerful viewing to all.
Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to watch this video. Your support is much appreciated. And now, may we all put ourselves in the spirit of patriotism as we listen and sing our national anthem.
Prayer can change our situation. It can move the heart of God. Sometimes, prayer allows us to understand our situations rather than affect the outcome. Our hearts change as we seek God's wisdom and truth. For the opening prayer, let's have Charles Mel Daniel R. Remillo, completer.
Our most loving Father in heaven, our refuge and strength, in this challenging and uncertain time of global pandemic, we come before you offering our prayer. We worship and thank you today on this very significant event, our moving up ceremony. Amid pandemic, in your grace, our desire in gaining more knowledge became possible. In your kindness, you have given us our parents, our teachers, schoolmates, classmates, and friends. from whom we felt your spirit of love. Bless these people who have been guiding light for us in moments of joy and pain, and of success and failure. We cherished every moment with them, for they are really your amazing gifts. Our beloved parents who have been one with your Son Jesus Christ in their sacrifices to send us to school amid the pandemic, and to be transformed like Him in all ways. Our dear teachers who have been our parents in school, guiding us and drawing out our potentials to achieve our goals and dream of making this life to the fullest. Our classmates, schoolmates, and friends, whom we felt acceptance, belongingness, love, and happiness. Thank you, Lord, for these amazing gifts who made us fulfill our roles and responsibilities. May we live always as one Christian community of love, reconciliation, peace, and justice. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
At this juncture, let us all listen and sing the school hymn.
They say, one small positive thought can change the entire outcome of your day. But let's look on the positive side and accept the situation with positive vibes, positive mind, positive life. And now, to instill a positive thought among us, let us all listen to Ms. Saisa P. Sablay, completer.
To our honorable guest speaker, Sir Christian S. Tamayo, to our brilliant and dynamic school principal, Ma'am Sally J. Florentine, to our intelligent teachers of Cagasat National High School Maine, viewers, my fellow completers, amazing good morning to each and every one of us. Despite this challenging life due to this COVID-19 pandemic, we are here again to witness the awarding of medals and certificates to the completers who gave extreme sacrifices and efforts to their junior high school journey. Having this kind of opportunity to speak and welcome you everyone is a great privilege for me. With the theme, Kalidad ng Edukasyon sa Gitna ng Pandemya, we all know that it is very hard to jump off from face-to-face to online class and modular distance learning, which we call blended learning. I just want to express my warmest gratitude to all the teachers who never failed to remind us about our school activities. Na kahit yung iba ay huling nagpapasa, they still consider and accept the learning activity sheets and outputs. Ganun na rin sa mga nawawalan ng gana at pag-asa ay tinitiyagang puntahan at i-motivate para tapusin ang mga gawain nila. They are the real heroes who never failed to save us from this nakakapagod na mundo. Sa kabila ng depresyong nadarama ng karamihan, ang mga guro ng Cagasatino ay walang sawang sumusuporta para abutin ang pangarap ng bawat isa. Ganon na rin sa mga magulang na walang sawang sumusuporta at gumagabay sa kanilang mga anak, especially to my mama and papa, who inspired me for doing well in my academics. I know it is not easy for us students to study in this kind of situation. I just wanna say, kaya natin to. Laban pa hanggang sa maabot ang diploma at masuot ang itim na toga. My dear fellow completers, good luck to our next journey. I hope that 10 years from now, we shall be seated at a comfortable chair, working at a comfortable office, or running our own businesses. In God's perfect time, we will be somebody in the near future. Once again, I welcome you in today's moving up ceremony and expressing my deepest congratulations to my fellow completers. Thank you, everyone.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness virtually the main highlight of today's event. To do the honor of presenting the candidates for completion this school year and to give her message, we have on our screen our school principal, Ma'am Sally J. Florentine, Doctor of Philosophy, Principal 4.
Our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Officer in Charge, Office of the Schools Division Superintendent of Isabela, Dr. Madeline Lata Makaling, I have the honor to present to you the completers of Cagasat National High School, Cordon, Isabela, for school year 2020-2021. Who had satisfactorily completed the requirements prescribed by the Department of Education under the K-12 Basic Education Program. 48 male, 47 female, a total of 95 students for your acceptance and confirmation. Thank you. Amazing day to everybody. Today, I have mixed emotions. As the head and mother of this institution, I really could not express in words how I feel. That finally, we have survived the school year. What seemed impossible when we started it was now made possible, no matter how many times we have been challenged and interrupted by the surge of the pandemic. With feelings I couldn't explain, let me just then commence this message with my warmest and heartfelt congratulations to you all, my dear graduates, completers, and proud parents. Above all, it's your victory and triumph that we are celebrating for. This year has been the most difficult but tested our oneness as family. We have proven ourselves how much we truly matter to each other. For that, my salute to you, dear teachers and parents. We assured your safety, my dear students, by letting you stay at home, but what you expected to gain in school, we brought to your homes, hand in hand with your loving and supportive parents and stakeholders like the officials in the different barangays, which we made as headquarters for the distribution and retrieval of modules and learning activity sheets. Having said so, may I then take this moment to thank the officials of the barangays who welcomed and embraced us with their support for the school year. This institution will be forever indebted to you. Many of you struggled and almost gave up, but you had no choice but to embrace it in the name of your future and dreams. With the continued motivation and encouragement of your teachers, in addition to the unceasing support and pour of love by your parents, friends, and family, you stood up and continued the race. And now, here you are, dear graduates and completers. You ended the fight victoriously. Truly, this year's theme, kalidad ng edukasyon lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya, has manifested in you. Be proud of yourself, for you have championed the most difficult and challenging year of your education. You are now very ready for the next journey of your life. Always remember your alma mater, especially when you reach your dreams and ambition. Be an inspiration to the next generation and proudly shout, "Sa Cagasat, ikaw ay aangat." How I wish I could embrace you one by one to make you feel how much I am proud of you all. Congratulations to all of us, the faculty and staff, you proud parents, stakeholders of this institution. In unison, let us wave the flag of our victory. We have won! We have won! Mabuhay tayong lahat! To God be the glory.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Sally. That was the presentation of candidates for completion. For the acceptance and confirmation of the completers and to give her message, we have our OIC Schools Division Superintendent of Isabela, Ma'am Madeline L. Macaling, Doctor of Philosophy, CESO 6.
By virtue of the power vested in me as the OIC Schools Division Superintendent of the Division of Isabela, and after having been certified by your principal that you have satisfactorily completed the requirements prescribed by the Department of Education under the K-12 Basic Education Program, I now accept and confirm you graduates of school year 2020-2021. Congratulations to all of you! Our distinguished guests, my SDO Isabela family, dear parents, completers, awardees, visitors, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good day. Maligayang pagbati sa inyong pagtatapos, mga minamahal kong completers at ang mga magsisipagtapos ngayong taon. Hindi maikakailang ang taong pampanruang ito ay isang napakalaking hamon sa bawat isa sa atin. Ipinagmamalaki ko kayong lahat sapagkat ipinakita ninyong gaano man katindi ang pagsubok na ito sa inyong edukasyon, gaano man kahirap ang ating naging sitwasyon, ang lahat ay naging posible dahil sa inyong determinasyon, dedikasyon at pagsusumikap. Tayong lahat ay nakaranas ng napakaraming matitinding balakid sa pagbubukas ng klase. Naging mapanganib at imposible ang pagbubukas ng taong pampanruang 2020-2021. Hindi naging madali ang implementasyon ng distance learning. Maraming mag-aaral at komunidad ang nahirapan tayong abutin. At matinding sakripisyo ang kinakailangang gawin ninyong mga mag-aaral, maging ng ating mga guro, magulang, at lahat ng mga bumubuo sa komunidad. Malupig lamang natin ang hindi nakikitang kalaban. Sa kabila ng lahat ng ito, hindi tayo sumuko at sama-sama nating naitawid ang taong pampunaruang ito. Kayo ang napakalaking patunay sa tagumpay ng kagawaran ng edukasyon. Dahil dito, taos-puso akong sumasaludo sa inyong lahat dahil sa inyong pagpupursige at pagmamahal sa inyong edukasyon. Hindi man ninyo nagawang makapiling ang inyong mga guro at mga kaklase, mahawakan ang inyong mga aklat, mapuntahan ang inyong mga silid-aralan, at maranasang maupo sa inyong upuan. Pinatunayan ninyo na ang pagkatuto ay walang pinipiling pamamaraan. Nang dahil sa inyo, ang sangay ng Isabela ay nanatiling matatag upang makapaghatid ng kalidad na edukasyon. At kami ay hindi nawalan ng pag-asa na mapagtatagumpayan natin ang pandemyang ito. Sa lahat ng ating pinagdaanan at pagdadaanan pa, maging isang makabuluhang mensahe sana ang tagumpay nating ito upang inyong maalala kung gaano kayo nagpunyagi para sa inyong pagkatuto sa bagong normal. Itinuturing kong akma at napapanahon ang ating temang kalidad ng edukasyon, lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya. Sapagkat kayo ay patuloy na nangangarap at ginagawa ang lahat upang makamit ang inyong mga mithiin sa buhay. Kayo ang patotoo sa isang dekalidad na edukasyon na ipinaglalaban ng kagawaran, kasabay ng patuloy na pagsasaalang-alang sa kaligtasan ninyo at ng kaguruan. Nakaagapay natin sa pagkamit ng lahat ng ating adhikain. Tunay ngang matindi ang naidulot na pinsala ng COVID-19 sa buong mundo. Subalit ang inyong kagustuhan na magtamo ng karunungan at kaalaman ang nagbigay pag-asa sa sangay ng Isabela. Ang pag-asang ito na sumungaw mula ipinamalas ninyong pagtitiyaga ay nagbigay buhay sa isang mas matatag pang pakikibaka upang higit pang pag-igihan ang laban tungo sa dekalidad at makamasang edukasyon. Sa inyo at sa mga susunod pang mga kabataang aming aakayin sa dako ng kanilang pangarap, asahan ninyong hindi kami tatalikod sa aming pangako na sa Isabela walang batang maiiwan o mapag-iiwanan. Magsilbi sana kayong ilaw sa bawat isa at anuman ang karerang inyong pipiliin balang araw. Pakatandaan ninyo, kasama ninyo kami sa bawat hamon na inyong kahaharapin. Tibayan ninyo ang inyong kalooban at isa-isip na hindi kailanman opsyon ang pagsuko. Naririto na kayo, kaunting hakbang na lamang, pasasaan ba't lilipas din ang pandemyang ito. Inihahatid na namin kayo sa isa na namang panibagong kabanata na inyong susulatin. Punuin ninyo ang bawat pahina ng magagandang kwento at gamitin ninyo ang lahat ng aral na itinuro ng inyong mga guro upang kayo ay mas mangibabaw pa. At habang inyong tinatahak ang matarik na daan patungo sa inyong mga pangarap, huwag ninyong kalilimutan ang kababaang loob, sigasig at pag-asa. Ang kababaang loob ay isang magandang katangian na nais kong palagi ninyong tataglayin. Matuto kayong lumingon sa inyong pinanggalingan at pasalamatan ang lahat ng taong naging susi upang marating ninyo ang inyong kinalalagyan. Tandaan ninyong walang makatatalo sa isang taong puno ng sigasig sa buhay, sapagkat alam niyang pagsumikapan ang lahat ng bagay. Nag-aalab ang kanyang damdamin sa pag-abot ng kanyang mga hangarin. Mga minamahal kong computers, maging masigasig kayo sa anumang larangan na nais ninyong tahakin at alam ko, kayo ay mangingibabaw. Ang turo nila sa atin, ang buhay ay puno ng pag-asa. Isa itong katotohanan na marapat ninyong baunin sa inyong paglalakbay. Maging matatag kayo sa bawat hampas ng mga suliraning inyong kahaharapin. Lahat ng tao ay dumadaan sa gabundok na problema. Subalit, manatili kayong positibo at umasang ang lahat ay may solusyon. Kumapit lang tayo sa itaas at lahat ay magiging posible. Bilang panghuli, nais kong baunin ninyo ang mga katagang sinambit ni Confucius na nagsabing, hindi mo dapat alalahanin ang kabagalan mo basta't hindi ka lang titigil o susuko. Maaaring tumimo sa inyong isipan na naging hadlang ang COVID-19 sa inyong pag-usad, subalit ang mahalaga at pinakahigit sa lahat, kayo ay patuloy na naglalakbay at nangangarap. May pandemya man o wala, Humayo kayo at huwag pang hinaan ng loob sapagkat kayo lamang at wala nang ibang makakaabot ng inyong mga hangarin sa buhay. Congratulations to all of you. God bless everyone.
It is overwhelming to hear a message coming from our OIC Schools Division Superintendent of Isabela, Ma'am Madeline L. Macaling, Doctor of Philosophy, CESO 6. And now, may we virtually hear a message from our district in charge, Sir Antonio A. Salguet, Doctor of Philosophy, Principal 2.
To our intelligent and innovative school head of Cagasat National High School name, Dr. Sally J. Florentine, to the unsung heroes of all times, the dedicated and efficient teachers, the resilient members of the graduating class and completers, supportive parents, valued guests, ladies and gentlemen, good day to everyone. My warmest greetings and congratulations to all of you graduates and completers. Today is the second graduation and moving up ceremonies you conducted virtually because of the pandemic. I salute you graduates. Despite our situation, you have the courage to continue pursuing your education. Whatever platform you have available at your home. Always remember these nuggets of wisdom by Michelle Obama. You may not always have a comfortable life, and you will not always be able to solve all of the world's problems at once. But don't ever underestimate the importance you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own. I also commend the teachers for not giving up in helping you unfold your potentials and support you to develop the skills and competencies that you must master in preparation for higher education. Also, they provided you the foundation that served as your weapons on your journey. My salute to your parents who never failed to send your children to continue their education with the great challenges and responsibilities, because you serve as the assistors and teachers of your children to finish the tasks in each quarter and the whole school year. I appreciate your overflowing support and effort. I hope you will continue to scaffold your children for the pursuit of their dreams. I congratulate the school for the commitment to providing you the 21st century skills for you to become globally competitive and be able to meet the demands of the fourth industrial revolution. Again, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Sir Antonio A. Salguet. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the candidates for completion this school year 2020-2021, starting off with Grade 10 Mercury under Ma'am Merlita P. Kaingat, Advisor.
Akala Lawrence John Villamore, completer, with his proud parent, Miss Maria Janet Villamor. Alan Mark Jake Villanueva with honors, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Felizardo Alan. Aquino Andrea Cabubuas, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Antonio C. Aquino. Beltran Joel Marigsa, with honors, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Danilo B. Beltran. Bucasas Michael Stephen Claudio, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Michael R. Bucasas. Cacho Ruel Daligcon, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Roger Cacho. John Franklin Roderos, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Francisco B. Chan. Oreiro Kevin Glenn Miran, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Edwin G. Oreiro. Tabarnilia Ivan Ryan Andales, with high honors, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Renier Tabarnilia. Valles Jonathan Sofronio Colcol, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Sofronio Valles Jr.
Afalia Precious Maricon Larona, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rick L. Afalia. Aquino Eliza Victorio, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rogelio V. Aquino. Austria Kyla Joy Japson, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Alejandro Austria. Barrientos Jenny Rose Briones, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Junar M. Barrientos. Castile Altea Marinas, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Elmar P. Castile. Bugarin Joy Agustin, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jerry D. Bugarin. David Pauline Ann Hagto, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Leopoldo A. David Jr. Doying Maybe Tutaan, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Loreto Doying. Hilario Jocelyn Ompok, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jonifer P. Hilario. Hagto Ladeline Evangelista, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Orlando Hagto. Legazpi Janica Ramos, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Marcelo C. Legazpi. Miran Semijoy Tolentino, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Sunnyboy Miran. Navalta Tricia May Celia, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph M. Navalta. Pico Shane Ashley Nicole Mariano, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Leo A. Pico. Sablay Rosaline Luis, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Virgilio Sablay. From Grade 10 Venus, Ma'am Jennifer O. Tasani, Advisor.
Agamemni Noel Evangelista, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Peter Agamemni. Alcantara Aldrin Garcia, with honors, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jolan S. Alcantara. Baya Mark Vincent Agana, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Virgilio C. Baya. Pabros Eric Balmediano, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rosendo Pabros. Fernandez Mark Giro de la Cruz, with honors, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jerimar L. Fernandez. Jeronimo Allen J. Villademosa, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Alejandro B. Jeronimo Jr. Malaga Kim J. Christian Vargas, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Eranio Malaga. Malcy Jefferson Ablang, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rudy L. Malcy. Martinez Elviro Jr. Sapungay, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Elviro L. Martinez Sr. Melchor Mark Jesus Reyes, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Romar T. Melchor. Palingit Eleferson de los Santos, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Manuel B. Palingit.
Baldos Shalimar Baniked, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Georgie M. Baldos. Concepcion Crismalin de los Santos, with high honors, proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Erwin J. Concepcion. Jocares Bernadette Balmediano, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Pedro R. Jocares Jr. Dupra Zairine Ashley Baltazar, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Randy I. Dupra. Echanes Loveline Labarete, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Primitivo Echanes. Ferrer Jessica Abalos, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Tony S. Ferrer. Lovino Joanna Marie Discipulo, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jacel L. Lovino. Manuel Chesley Francisco, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jessie D. Manuel. Matamis Risa Joy Wilma Baniked, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rizaldi P. Matamis. Rivera Jonna May Castillo, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Juanito B. Rivera. Rondares Loveline Roa, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rodel G. Rondares. Sablay Zaisa Paragison, with high honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Dennis D. Sablay.
From Grade 10 Saturn, Ma'am Yolanda Arganyo, Advisor. Abad Rodenver Aspiliaga, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rodolfo R. Abad. Aguinaldo Ken Galapon, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Domar T. Aguinaldo. Apigo Edward Fernandez, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ernesto Apigo. Grabato Roderick Rubio, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Teodoso E. Grabato. Lantano Joros Carganilla, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Marcelino Lantano. Manglapos Eric Daniel Pagarigan, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Eric G. Manglapos. Manzanes Merrick Tomas, with high honors, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Michael Manzanes. Manzano Joshua Raul Pastor, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Felix A. Manzano. Obina Olsen Carganilla, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Orly Obina. Reyes Roniel John Lucena,
completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ronnie Reyes. Sanglay Irving Jem Corpus, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Amor G. Sanglay. Soriano Nico, completer, with his proud parent, Mrs. Mabel R. Soriano.
Acaso Josel Lantano, completer, with proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jomar R. Acaso. Aquino Jonaline Andres, with high honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph P. Aquino. Corpus Angelica Martiliano, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Frederick Corpus. Galande Christine Bartolome, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Christian Q. Galande. Gira May Balondo, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Hill C. Gira. Marcos Glyza Joy Palma, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ryan Marcos. Marzan Anastasia Tazi Francisco, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Danilo Marzan. Mones Diana Rose de Vera, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Dominador Mones. Mones Gemaline Mostrales, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Angel Mones Jr. Mostrales Hazel, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Bernard Andres. Villanueva Jasmine Joy Acosta, with high honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Emmy Villanueva. Yabes Debbie Gamboa, with high honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Fidel Yabes. Yabes Justine Ramos, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Fernando M. Yabes. From Great Ben Earth, Sir Jeffrey C. Tasani, Advisor.
Apolinar Marvin Jr. de los Santos, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Marvin E. Apolinar Sr. Katoliko Ryan Mark Sumigkay, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Efren V. Katoliko. Macalay J.R. Santiago, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Alfonso Macalay. Manglapos J.R. Abalahid, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Amado F. Manglapos. Melchor Allen J. Lindawan, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Mar A. Melchor. Miranda Prince Agapito de Fort Milio, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Agapito A. Miranda III. Pedro Kenneth Braille Abresino, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jacquerie S. Pedro. Lacido Raven Tasani, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Rizalino S. Placido. Ramil Ronald Mahiner, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Edincio F. Ramil. Remio Charles Mel Daniel Roque, with high honors, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Melicio A. Remio. Silverio Cian Wayne Lingad, with honors, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Cian B. Silverio. Tabunyar Melvin Newell Moldero, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jomer Tabunyar. Talaga Juanito Austin de la Cruz, with honors, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Juanito F. Talaga. Tasani Rainier Sablay, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Joel C. Tasani. Villeta Wilbert Tasani, completer, with his proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Gilbert Villeta.
Aquino April May Inocencio, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Adonis F. Aquino. Malyari Hilary Aduca, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Hilario Y. Malyari. Naval Reshaline Velasquez, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Reynaldo C. Naval. Saltat Jovelyn Vergado, with high honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jose D. Saltat. Sapon Chelsea Manuel, with high honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. James C. Sapon. Tobias Daisy May Ronduen, completer, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Petronio C. Tobias Jr. Valdez Juliana May Gapasing, with honors, with her proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Joel M. Valdez.
Again, we take this opportunity to thank everyone who unselfishly cooperated and participated in any undertakings of this year's Cagasat National High School Virtual Moving Up Ceremony. Sa inyo pong lahat, marami pong salamat. Meanwhile, may we now witness and listen to the message from the representative of the completers, Mr. Merrick T. Manzanes.
To our dignitaries in SDO Isabela, Dr. Madeline L. Macaling, Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Antonio A. Salget, Cordon South District Supervisor, our distinguished guests, faculty and staff headed by Dr. Sally J. Florentine, Principal 4, stakeholders, parents, fellow completers, amazing day to all. Soon, when all is well, you're going to look back on this period of your life and be glad that you never give up. My mind was in wonder about what to write or say in my speech when all of a sudden, I came across with this line. I was too struck not only by the beauty of the words, but by its fitting to the situation and its relevance to what we are celebrating now. This pandemic has brought us to the new normal that we have never expected or even thought would become a reality one day. I could still remember March 16, 2020, when we first heard the word quarantine, a very unfamiliar term which stopped us from the things we usually do, like going to school, eating, laughing, and giggling with friends on lunch break, and discussing with our teachers face-to-face during class hours. There were so much changes that we felt we were deprived of our freedom and rights to live normally and peacefully. But the greatest challenge that this pandemic has brought us, students, is instilling in us our second home, the place where we are free to explore and improve ourselves, the place where we can share dreams with each other, the place where we can build great memories which we can look back with as we grow older. June, July, August, we've waited schools to open, but they did never open for us. Instead, we were introduced to distance learning, another unfamiliar term which brought us into a totally new world of learning. Learning at home, learning on our own. The adjustment was so tough. We were just like drowning from the quagmire of the unknown and uncertainty. There were so many questions. How long will this last? What's at the end of this? Can we still go back to the old normal? Can we still reach our dreams? No matter how tough and steep the climb was, anyway, we are glad and full of gratitude that there are all of you who never gave us up. The school administrators, headed by Ma'am Sally J. Florentine, our school principal who always sees to it that we will be provided by these learning materials we needed on time, besides her unceasing encouragement and guidance. To our teachers who selflessly prepared what we needed for our learning, not minding how risky it was for them and for their families as they go out and expose themselves in the environment, where the unseen foe may strike upon them anytime. To the barangay officials who were always there to assist in the delivery and retrieval of modules and learning activity sheets, and to our parents and other family members who never get tired of going on their way to get and submit our modules, and even in reminding and encouraging us to go on when we feel tired, and in encouraging us when it seems hopeless already. To all of you, thank you for not giving up on us. This school year felt like a decade of struggles, but at the end of the race, 95 are standing still, with head high, full of pride, for they never gave up the fight, no matter how they were tried and beaten by the challenges of the pandemic. My fellow completers, wherever you are, right at this moment, please stand, smile, and hold your head up high. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of us. Soon, in God's grace and mercy, this situation will end, and when all is well, with the sweetest smile, we can go back to this period of our life and be glad that we never give up. Thank you to all of you who never gave us up. This is all our victory. Congratulations to all of us.
Thank you very much, Merrick. This virtual moving up ceremony will never be completed without being graced by a special man of sincere service and action, who will deliver his words of wisdom and encouragement. To know more about him, may we listen from Sir Romulus Y. Guzman, Teacher 3, SPED coordinator, and MAPE teacher to do the honor of introducing our guest speaker.
Today is the day that the Lord has made. Let us all be glad. A blessed day to all of us, mga Cagasatinians. First and foremost, I would like to give my heartfelt thanks sa mga magulang ng mga estudyanteng ito, sa mga walang sawang pagsuporta sa inyong mga anak sa kanilang pag-aaral. A big congratulations as well to my fellow Cagasatinians, mga ading ko, for this huge milestone of moving up, which means to me you are more than ready for the next level and nearer to your dreams, and make Cagasat proud. Lastly, a huge thanks to all the hardworking teachers of Cagasat. Special thanks to Mr. Romulos Guzman, Sir Mulong, for inviting me to your to be your guest speaker for this moving up ceremony. And to which I asked him actually, Sir, gaano ba katagal itong speech na to? And he said, it's 3 to 5 minutes. And I said, wow, I'm so glad. Why? Because again, during my time, I think guest speaker tend to speak the most, at least 20 minutes, which delays the excitement and the celebration of the students with their family and friends. So to me, kudos for that big improvement for Cagasat. Our theme for today is basically strengthening the quality of education amidst the pandemic. Yes, this pandemic really hits us hard, whether that's in school, on how the modes of teaching and learning has really changed, whether that's online class, whether that's modular, whether that's TV or radio, just for our dear teachers to deliver our basic education, and to our students as well, for them to have a proper education. And not only on the academic, because even I myself at work too, I've been working from home for almost a year now, and for others, unfortunately, they have lost their jobs. So, in general, to me, this pandemic really changed the way of life. So, having said that, how do we really strengthen the quality of education today? Well, to me, I would like to focus more on improving our mental and emotional health, and that, to me, really matters the most. I only have 3 foundations that I want to share with you, and I'm hoping that you will learn something from it in this difficult time. Before I begin, I want you to think of this as right now when it comes to teaching and learning as a long-distance relationship, okay? Ika nga ng mga millennials, LDR, okay? Para mas ganahan kayo, and I know us millennials think of it or give more focus to it if the topic has an interest to them, alright? Yung makaka-relate sila. First, to me, kailangan may trust, alright? So you have to trust the process of teaching today, whether that's virtual, modular or radio-based. Because to me, that is the best they can do to provide you that basic education. And with this pandemic, what we don't want to happen is that every one of us will get infected. All right? And for you teachers as well, you need to trust your students. In short, you need to do your part in this relationship. Ika nga nila, love is never a one-way street. All right? Embrace and learn what you have now. Okay? Now, secondly, kailangan consistent communication with both the students and the teacher. When something is not right, you need to speak up. Huwag kang magpakamartir, okay? Sa love. Alright? Kailangan may ingredients ng pagiging hot, okay, when it comes to conversation, because again, ano ba yung hot between the student and the teacher? You have to have honest, you have to have open and transparent conversation or communication between the student and the teacher para malaman natin kung ano nangyayari sa bawat isa. Alright? Lastly, to me, you need to change your perspective. Look at this pandemic situation not as a problem, but as an opportunity for you to improve. Look at all the positive things that this pandemic has brought us. Well, this is unique to each and everyone. Iba-iba tayo eh. So for me, this pandemic actually brings me a very good quality family life because of working from home. When I work from home, I can see kids running around. I can see them growing each day. I can see them learning each day. And that to me is a very good environment to work in. No pressure at all. I can't see anyone in the office before like having so many calls. So find that opportunity, find that positive thing that can improve your mental health for you to focus more on how do you improve that quality of education. So in summary, there should be trust, as I've mentioned, communication, and change of perspective by looking at positive opportunities during this pandemic. And before I end, I want you to leave with these 3 messages from the Bible about suffering, and this is very timely now. Our suffering won't last forever. Our suffering is meant for a purpose, and suffering can make you more like Jesus. Alright? Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Enjoy this great day while staying safe, and again, make Cagasat proud as always. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Christian Tamayo, for that heartwarming and inspiring message to our dear completers and proud parents.
The closing has finally arrived. Tomorrow, new challenges and opportunities await our completers and further test their mettle as improving individuals. Up next, to give the closing remarks, let's hear from our OIC head teacher, Ma'am Imelda R. Remigio, Master Teacher 1.
To our distinguished guest speaker, Mr. Christian S. Tamayo, our intelligent school principal, Dr. Sally J. Florentine, to the superb district in charge, Dr. Antonio Salget, supportive GPTA President, Mrs. Elizabeth P. Bermudez, active Alumni President, Forester Mario F. Damance, to the competent and effective teachers and staffs of Cagasat National High School, Maine, dear parents and guardians, students, completers, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant morning. Today marks one of the highlights of your student's life, your moving up ceremony in a virtual way. This ceremony is an evidence of your achievement or success over challenges and courageous struggles over painful life's experiences caused by the pandemic. Our dear completers, we, your teachers, salute your hard work, patience, perseverance, and determination to pursue your goal. Amid the effects of pandemic, you overcome it. You survive. I salute the parents of the completers for their aspirations to fulfill the dream of their children. I salute them for their sacrifices, love, and care. I salute the school administrators, all the teachers and staffs who devoted themselves to education amid pandemic. Indeed, they are the epitome of service, love, dedication, and nobility. Today, dear completers, you celebrate new beginning because ahead of you, more challenging tasks to tackle which make you better, stronger, and competitive individuals. I will leave you a poem from Mother Teresa, which states, "Life is an opportunity. Benefit from it. Life is a beauty. Admire it. Life is a dream. Realize it. Life is a challenge. Meet it. Life is a duty. Complete it. Life is a game. Play it. Life is a promise. Fulfill it. Life is a sorrow. Overcome it. Life is a song. Sing it. Life is a struggle. Accept it. Life is a tragedy. Confront it. Life is an adventure. Dare it. Life is a luck. Make it. Life is too precious. Do not destroy it. Life is life. Fight for it. Again, congratulations, our dear completers. And mabuhay!
My dear graduates, as you continue your journey, may you look back to this stage in your life with fondness and pride. May God fill your hearts with love, because that love will take you further in life.
Go forth, grow, and be successful. A philosopher once said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, but it is the courage to continue that counts. I am your host, Yolanda R. Ganyo,
And I am Reyno C. Cabanilla,
saying thank you.
and congratulations.
Mabuhay,
Batch 2021 completers!